Donald Trump is desperate for a distraction from the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, his wildly unpopular agenda, and his weakness on the world stage. But he can't find one. Instead, he's finding angry voters everywhere, especially in his own MAGA base. We just saw it. Boos raining down on the petulant child in chief. And Trump is furious he can't even keep MAGA on his side. His latest distraction attempt? It just got called out. On Fox News, of all places, by Jessica Tarlove.
I say that crime is a problem in D.C., at least to some degree. 51% of people who live there think it's an extremely serious or very serious problem. You saw that in the reaction of Mayor Muriel Bowser, who said maybe it'll be a good thing to have an increased police presence. That doesn't mean that this is the way that they should have gone about it. And that was also contained in the police chief's remarks and the mayor's remarks. It is within his rights to do this for 30 days. We'll see if Congress reauthorizes it to continue going. But he has this obsession with controlling every facet of American life. And at the same time, he's doing things that make it harder for DC to keep their streets safe. They took $1 billion out of the DC budget. Why aren't we talking about that? He could work together with Muriel Bowser, who seems pretty compliant, right? That she wants to do business with him, to talk about some of the things that Judge Pirro was raising about being able to sentence juveniles, for instance.
Well, that's the city council. New York has the same problem. I mean, Eric Adams has tried to do a lot with the city council.
If a Republican, if Donald Trump started trying to take charge of Republican-run cities, and they exist, go to Oklahoma City, right, and talk to them about the violence there. He never says anything about that. He doesn't talk about murder rampages in red states. He's only targeting blue states. And the fact that he ignores the statistics, and Kash Patel snuck in there, right, with the decline in the murder rate. And we have the video of Donald Trump from just back in May touting the 25% decrease in crime there. The stats don't align with the action.
Lots of different theories have been offered up for why Donald Trump is trying to take over D.C. But for me, I see this as him trying to set the precedent that he is allowed to go in and take over a city, and that when he does so, he will claim victory. He will claim success. He will pretend that his fake macho tough guy act is what's bringing crime down rather than successful democratic governance in democratically run cities. It's not Donald Trump who saw the crime Drake drop to historic lows over the past 2 years. It's the administration in Washington, D.C. But Trump wants to claim it's him having success, even though his latest action to decriminalize is something that's got MAGA upset. And it goes into why he was booed. So I want to take a look. MAGA freaks out over Trump's plot to reclassify weed. MAGA Nation is losing it over Donald Trump's plot to reclassify marijuana under federal law, warning that such a move would lead to the deterioration of American society. Trump has confirmed he's weighing whether to knock marijuana down from a Schedule I drug currently lumped in with heroin, LSD, and ecstasy to a Schedule III substance alongside ketamine, anabolic steroids, and certain prescription meds. The change wouldn't make marijuana legal nationwide, but it would slash federal restrictions and open the door to expanded medical research. We're looking at reclassification, and we'll make a determination over the next few weeks. And that determination hopefully will be the right one. It's a very complicated subject, Trump told reporters, triggering a cloud of MAGA despair. Some high-profile MAGA commentators are leading the freakout. No country of pods has ever thrived or achieved anything at all. The Daily Wire's Matt Walsh fumed on Twitter, claiming cities that legalize marijuana deteriorate overnight. Podcaster Jack Pobiak doubled down on the panic. He said on his podcast he opposed the idea because he did not want to have to be smelling weed anytime I take my kids anywhere in a city or a national park. Speaking with Axios, Michael Knowles, a conservative political commentator, argued that marijuana is the liberal intoxication of choice, and that the right prefers traditional pleasures like tobacco and alcohol. So the right's furious with Trump, but I think you can probably tolerate it on this as long as they're talking about something other than the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. But that's actually not the case, because this distraction only lasted so long because, once again, Republicans are making the mistake of doing town halls. And that's where the boos come in. And I want to take a look. Republican met with loud boos, shame chants, at town hall. Representative Doug LaMalfa, a California Republican, was met with boos and jeers at a town hall meeting on Monday over his support for Donald Trump. It comes after a series of similar incidents, including one just over a week ago in which Nebraska Republican Mike Flood faced the public's wraths over several Trump administration policies. LaMalfa faced backlash at the town hall in Chico, a college town 90 miles north of Sacramento, over Trump's economic policies in the administration's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. The roughly 615 attendees at the local Elks Lodge booed Jared and cursed at LaMalfa, calling him a liar and a-hole. And at one point someone yelled, "F you!" When the moderator called on an audience member, the crowd also chanted, "Shame, shame, shame."
A topic that's been very, very interesting to a lot of people has to do with Medicaid/Medi-Cal here in California. And so the work done in the big bill was to try and focus that. There's $50 billion in to help our local hospitals. We don't want anybody to be harmed by these efforts. Indeed, we want the focus to be on those folks that actually do qualify, and that will be a bigger win for them while they're doing it. So we want to get after all the waste and the fraud you find in any of these programs.
Of course, Donald Trump refuses to believe any of this, writing, "Wow, highest polling Republican president in history. Thank you." Donald Trump will always claim victory, brag about record polling, and pretend MAGA loyalty is unshakable. Yet nearly half of his own supporters, 47%, say they wouldn't care if his name showed up in the Epstein files. These people aren't to be taken seriously. Democrats waste too much energy chasing approval from a base that will never give it. Bipartisanship is fine when Republicans support common sense ideas, but touting their agreement as if it gives us legitimacy just concedes ground. They don't seek our approval, and in places like Texas, they actively target Democrats. We should stop catering to them entirely, something Jen Psaki drove home while mocking Carolyn Levitt in this clip.
The president said the CEO of Intel was highly conflicted, seeming to cite his past investment with Chinese companies that were doing business with the Chinese military. Yesterday, he called his meeting with that CEO a success. So what can you tell us about what the Intel CEO said to President Trump that changed his mind?
Yeah, Phil, I mean, that was quite the 180-degree turn. At first, Trump calls for the resignation of Intel CEO, and then just days later, he calls him a success after meeting with him. Now, we don't know what actually was said in that meeting, not yet at least. I'm sure people are working on reporting it. But with Trump, we know that flattery and concessions usually go a very long way, gifts even. And it can sometimes turn his opinions entirely around. I mean, if you love him, how could you not be great? It's kind of how it goes in his head, I think. And what shouldn't be lost about this story is that Trump had tried to directly intervene and change the leadership of a publicly traded company. Imagine if a Democratic president had done that. So my question is, where are all the Republicans who say the government should get out of the way of business? Hello? You out there? Some things you could be angry about right now. All right, next up, Joey Garrison from USA Today. Go ahead.
So the president's new nominee for BLS Commissioner E.J. Antoni recently told Fox Business that the BLS should suspend issuing monthly job reports and only issue quarterly reports until the jobs data methodology is corrected. So does the president disagree with that assessment that his nominee is said there, or suspending these monthly job reports a real option?
I mean, Joey, I think you know this, but we are in pretty uncharted territory here. Trump fired the last BLS commissioner, a woman who was very qualified, because he didn't like the numbers. So it feels safe to assume he thinks this guy is going to do what he wants, right? That's pretty much why he has the job. It's certainly not because he is so qualified for it. Even the Wall Street Journal editorial board called this guy partisan. That tells you something. Let's be real, Trump isn't exactly a numbers guy either. I mean, he has been willing in the past to fudge or cover up statistics, like, say, inflating the size of his penthouse or wanting to stop the counting of COVID-19 cases. So, yeah, it kind of feels like a safe bet that he does not disagree with suspending the monthly jobs report. Maybe it's even what he wants. All right, let's do another. Oh, boy. Okay. Right-wing YouTuber Benny Johnson. Let's do this.
Nancy Pelosi has attacked the president for deploying the National Guard to the city, saying that it is to cover for his incompetence. Hillary Clinton has also attacked the president for securing the city of Washington, D.C. I'd like to get your response, follow-up to that. Given the heroic actions of a member of this administration just a few blocks from this building, will the president consider giving the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Big Balls?
Well, Benny, I have to hand it to you. That didn't disappoint with the insanity of that question. But first off, I mean, Nancy Pelosi is right. The deployment of the National Guard is definitely not about actually lowering the crime rate. That has been going down. It's about changing the subject. It's about normalizing military in the streets. It's about a lot of things. As for big balls, which I can't believe we have to say on a TV show, but here we are in 2025. I mean, what happened to him was horrible, and I wish him a speedy recovery. Everybody should. But the people who typically receive the Medal of Freedom have decades of public service or storied careers under their belts. They aren't a 19-year-old software engineer. So I don't see how he would make the nomination list. But then again, this is the Donald Trump presidency, so who knows? Okay, one more. Tamara Keith, NPR, go ahead.
Last week, the meeting with Putin was sort of described potentially as an opportunity for a deal. Now it's a feeling out. Has there been a shift in expectations within the White House or an effort to temper expectations about what success looks like for this meeting?
Yes, of course there is a tempering of expectations. I mean, Trump agreed to a meeting on U.S. soil with Putin. It's already a big win for that guy. Now Trump is saying he's meeting with Putin to, quote, see what he has in mind, and he'll know if a deal can be made in the first 2 minutes. What the deal may look like, who knows? But Trump has already hinted that Ukraine, the country that, of course, was invaded to begin with, that is not a part of the meeting, may need to give up territory to end this conflict. That isn't a sign of negotiating strength on Trump's part.
Republicans aren't serious, and we need to stop pretending they are. It's a moral and electoral mistake to treat them like a party we can work with. That's why Gavin Newsom is right to push forward with gerrymandering in California, regardless of what happens in Texas. If we want nationwide independent redistricting commissions, we need maximum leverage now, not later. Waiting risks losing the chance entirely. Newsom's move is the right one, and I'll share more updates as the process unfolds. Thanks for watching this video, and if you stuck around at the end, you can drop the blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.